Let me approach this from a completely different mindset. This isn't a receiver you buy to impress people, it's one you buy because you're tired of thinking about your receiver at all. The Marantz Cinema 70S is for someone who wants their system to disappear into the background while the experience takes over. If you value elegance, control, and a space that feels thoughtfully tuned rather than aggressively loud, this is exactly where you end up. Before anything else, check the current price and availability. Gear like this tends to move quietly once the right people notice it. You reach the upgrade moment when you realized you were constantly compensating. Tweaking volume. Adjusting dialogue levels. Turning things down because the sound felt sharp, or turning things up because it felt thin. Not broken, just never settled. That constant micromanagement pulls you out of the experience more than you realize. Living with this receiver changes the relationship entirely. You stop correcting it. You stop hovering over the remote. Sound feels even, composed, and deliberate. Dialogue sits naturally where it should. Surround effects add depth without calling attention to themselves. The room feels organized, sonically speaking. Picture a normal evening, not a demo scene. A series episode, a movie, some background music while you unwind. Everything sounds coherent. Nothing jumps out awkwardly. You don't feel fatigue, even after long sessions. That's refinement doing its job quietly. What really stands out is how comfortable the sound becomes. Not dull, comfortable. The kind of comfort that lets you lean back instead of leaning forward to listen. Once you experience that, going back to something shouty or uneven feels instantly wrong. Waiting feels harmless, but it's usually where people lose the most. Every night you keep using a system that doesn't quite feel right is another night you don't fully enjoy what you're watching. Prices shift. Stock changes. And eventually you realize you delayed enjoyment, not just a purchase. If you're wondering whether the Cinema 70S has enough power, understand this: power without control is noise. Control without strain is where quality lives. This receiver is built around that balance. One subtle benefit you don't expect is how confident the system feels to others. Not flashy. Not overwhelming. Just unmistakably well put together. People don't ask what it is, they just notice how good it sounds. Sound feels smooth and composed. Dialogue stays intelligible at any level. Surrounds feel spacious, not forced. Long sessions feel effortless. Your room sounds intentional. It's not built for oversized rooms. It prioritizes balance over brute force. Eventually, the comparison cycle fades. Everything cheaper feels like more work. Everything louder feels less refined. At some point, you stop chasing features and choose the experience that feels finished. If you want a receiver that lets you relax instead of adjust, check availability now. Don't let this be one of those upgrades you postpone, only to realize later how much calmer and more enjoyable your home theater could have been the whole time.